Have you ever done something so incredibly reckless to protect your own sanity that you ended up completely destroying your entire future in the process? Because that is exactly the nightmare I am living through right now, as I sit in a booth at a small local diner 3 blocks away from my high school, sipping on a cold soda while my third period calculus class is actively happening without me. This all started about 2 months ago, when the academic burnout finally hit me so hard that I physically and mentally couldn't bring myself to walk through the front doors of the school building anymore. The intense, suffocating pressure from my parents to maintain a flawless GPA, pad my resume with extracurriculars, and get into a top-tier Ivy League university was giving me daily panic attacks in the school hallways and causing me to cry myself to sleep every single night. So one rainy Tuesday morning, instead of turning left toward the student parking lot, I just kept walking right past the school gates and hid out in the quiet, empty history section of the public library down the street instead. It was honestly supposed to be a one-time thing just to catch my breath, read a book in peace, and clear my head from all the crippling anxiety and impossible expectations. But the absolute, weightless relief I felt sitting in that quiet corner was so incredibly intoxicating that one single day turned into 2 days, and 2 days quickly morphed into a permanent weekly habit. Now I skip at least 3 or 4 full days every single week, and over the weeks I have developed a completely flawless system to make sure I never get caught by anyone in my life. I still wake up at 6 a.m. every single morning, put on my regular school clothes, pack my heavy backpack with textbooks I don't open, and sit down to eat breakfast with my parents like the good kid I pretend to be. They kiss me goodbye at the door, hand me my lunch money, and tell me how proud they are of my relentless dedication, entirely oblivious to the fact that I am heading straight to a city park or a quiet coffee shop instead of homeroom. I even managed to sneakily link my dad's cell phone text messages to my old tablet while he was sleeping one night. So whenever the school's automated attendance system sends out an emergency text alert saying I am absent, I can instantly intercept it and delete it before his actual phone even buzzes in his pocket. I also spent hours learning how to edit the HTML code directly on the school's online student portal. So whenever my parents ask me to open my laptop and show them my progress, I can present a beautifully faked screen filled with sparkling A's, high percentages, and perfect test scores. In reality, my actual grades have completely plummeted into the absolute dirt, and my guidance counselor just sent a final warning email to my student account saying I am at serious risk of being denied my diploma next month due to all my unexcused absences. The immense guilt is absolutely eating me alive every single time my mom talks about booking a nice, expensive restaurant for my upcoming graduation party, or when my dad brags to our neighbors about his genius, college-bound kid who is going to change the world. I know the clock is ticking louder every day, and this entire fragile house of cards is going to come crashing down the moment the school administration decides to bypass the automated system and call my parents' numbers directly. Or when graduation day finally arrives, and my family sits in the bleachers, only to realize my name is never going to be called on that stage. But right now, the mere thought of walking back into those classrooms and facing the reality of what I've done makes my chest tighten up so much that I just order another drink, open up a book, and stare at the clock waiting for the final afternoon bell to ring so I can walk through my front door and pretend to be exhausted from a long, hard day of school.